Hello everyone, welcome to our video. My name is Ida Ayugede Juladewi and I'm from 7A class. This video will discuss about check-in that will be divided into procedure of check-in and also the expression that will be explained by Dandi. And in this video, I will discuss about handling check-in or the procedure of check-in in hotel or other places to stay. Okay, let's start the video. Okay everyone, as the beginning, we know that check-in can be defined when the guests register before occupying a room in a hotel or other places to stay. Guest arrival and check-in at hotel is the most important part of their customer service journey. And as the front office or the owner of the hotel, we have to make them feel recognized, attended to, and most importantly, welcome. And to get check-in right at our property, there are a lot of things that must be considered. Now, we will discuss about check-in. In general, there are two kinds of check-in. The first one is check-in walk-in guests, and the second one is check-in with reservation. What are they? Okay, let's discuss from the first one. The first one is handling check-in walk-in guests. Handling check-in walk-in guests can be defined as the guest who arrives at hotel without a reservation is called by walk-in guests. And there are 11 procedures in handling check-in walk-in guests. The first one is preparing, greeting, and welcoming the guests. At this stage is the first stage of check-in. After the guest arrives at the hotel, they will go to the receptionist, and the front office staff will assist the guests and welcoming the guests. This is very important to make the guest feels recognized, attended to, and most importantly, welcome. And you can greet the guests by smiling and say good morning. And then the second step is that asking the guests about the reservation. After the front office greeting the guests, the front office staff will ask about the reservation to the guests, whether the guests have the reservation or not. Usually, the guest comes as walk-in guest, doesn't have a reservation letter. So the front office staff will give the guest a registration letter that need to be completed by the guest. So the third step is that asking and explaining the guest request. So before the guest completing the registration letter, the front office staff and the guest discuss about something such as the length of the stay, type of room, facilities of each room, and other special requests. And the front office staff also have a responsibility in explaining these points to help the guests in deciding which room that will be occupied and the facilities of it. Okay, the fourth step is that checking the price and the room availability. In this stage, the front office staff will check whether the room that's selected by the guest is available or not, and the front office also tells about the price of the room. if the room is not available, so the front office will offers the other room, and also if the price is too expensive for the guests, so the front office staff will give a suggestion to choose another types of room. And it happened because in the hotel they have a marketing strategy that offers the room from the from the expensive one to the cheaper one. Okay, the next procedure is that filling the guest registration letter and ask the guests their ID card to complete the registration. Okay everyone, after choosing the room that will be occupied by the guests, the front office staff will guide the guests to complete the registration letter. So here is the example of registration letter, and the guests have to fulfill their full name, their age, ID card, and also signature the letter. However, there are many kinds of registration letter, and it depends on the hotel regulation and hotel administration. And the next step is that recheck and re-explain the guest request. And after finishing in completing the letter, the front office staff will recheck and re-explain the reservation letter to make it clear between the guest and also between the hotel staff itself. Usually, the front office will emphasize about the length of the stay, types of room, the price, and also the facilities of the room. And in this stage is very important because to avoid problems or misunderstanding between the guest and also the hotel staff. Okay, the next procedure is that ask and also explain the guest deposit. Before moving to the step of payment, usually the front office staff will ask about the deposit and also explain about deposit. The front office will explain about the deposit amount and also the purpose of the deposit. This deposit will have a purpose as the guarantee of the reservation, as the guarantee if any items are damaged or anything else based on the hotel regulation. And this deposit will be returned to the guests if there is no problem occur during their stay at the hotel. And this will be done when the guests check out from the hotel. Okay, the next step is about asking method of payment and finishing the payment. After everything is clear, so the registration will move to the step of payment. The guest can pay the bill with credit card or cash. It depends on the hotel regulation and also the guest availability. The next procedure is that give the guest key of the room and also explain about the rules of the room briefly. In this stage, the front office will give the key of the room after the guest finishing the payment. Usually there are two kinds of key card. The first one is electronic key card and the second one is manual key. Besides that, the front office also explain about the rules of the room briefly by giving a simple brochure, and in another way it can be done by put the rules in the room. So the rules already available in the room. And this is the example of the rules. The next step is offering another help. In this stage, the front office will offer another help to the guest if there is anything else that's not clear yet, or if the guest needs some information about something. Okay, so the last is greeting and thanking. In this stage, the front office staff need to thanking the guests because choosing that hotel and also saying sweet words to make the guest feels attended to and pleasant in staying at that hotel. Okay, there are the 11 procedure in handling check-in walk-in guests, and now I will explain the second kinds of check-in. Okay, the second types of check-in is that check-in with reservation. In a simple way, check-in with reservation can be defined when the guests already choose and also book a room before they coming to that hotel, and they will book that room by phone or by online booking. As you know, nowadays there are a lot of online booking applications such as Peggy, Agoda, Booking.com, Airy, and etc. There are 10 procedures in handling check-in with reservation, and actually in handling check-in with reservation has the same procedure with handling check-in in walk-in guests, but there are two different points that differentiate this kind of check-in. The points can you see on the slide. The point is number 3, and also the front office doesn't need to check the room availability because it's already booked by the guest. And as you can see on the slide, the number 3, point number 3 is that asking the guest reservation slip. Okay, here as the front office, we have to make sure that the guest already booked a room and the guest get the reservation slip. Usually the front office will take some notes to the number of the reservation and also which room that chosen by the guest as the administrative data, and the reservation will contains of the room that has been chosen by the guest. Okay, everyone, those are the procedure in handling check-in walk-in guests and also handling check-in with reservation. And for the expression of check-in will be explained by Dandia. Thank you.
Om Swastiastu. Hello everyone. I hope that you are all stay safe at your home. So, my name is Putu Muradandi Karismawan, and today I would like to continue Gean's presentation previously. Our topic is about handling check-in, and Gean has already explained about the steps, the procedures of handling check-in. So I will continue now. It's about the expressions, the English expressions of handling check-in. So first of all, I would like to remind you about two kinds of check-in. So we have walk-in guest check-in. So, and the second one is check-in with reservation. So walk-in guest check-in is usually for a guest who walks through the door of the hotel seeking accommodation for the night without having made a reservation previously. So, and the guest with reservation is the guest who comes with a slip of reservation and already booked the hotel previously. So let's continue to the expressions of walk-in guests check-in. So these are the slides of the list of expressions. So there are 9 kinds of expression in handling check-in for walk-in guests. So the first one, the expression for preparing, greeting, and welcoming the guest. So in this step, the receptionists usually prepare themselves, their grooming, and then they greet the guests who come by saying good morning, good afternoon, good night, or something. And then they welcome the guests by saying maybe welcome to our hotel and saying the name of the hotel. So the next step, as what Gaan said, is asking the guest about the reservation. So walk-in guests should not have the reservation slip. So when the guests come, the receptionist will ask the guest something like, do you have booked the hotel? Do you have any reservation slip or something? And then after that, the guest would probably say no, I don't have. And then the receptionist will proceed to the next step by saying that they have this kind of room, and the facilities. So they ask the guest requests also. In this step, the receptionist usually say, how long will you stay here, for asking length of stay, and then they will ask the type of room by saying, what kind of room do you want, for single or for double or twin room or something. And then after the guest, fixing the room, and maybe they will take the single room, the receptionist will say the facilities in that room, and then continue to asking for another special request, like asking for what kind of breakfast, what time of they take the breakfast in the next morning, and that's it about the asking the guest request. And then the receptionist will probably continue by checking the room availability and then checking the price of the room, and then they say, yes, we have that kind of room available for tonight. And then they will say the price, like the price is 200,000, 300,000 or something, and asking to the guests if they take the room or not. And then if they take the room, the receptionist will give the guest registration card to the guest, and then asking the guest to show their ID card, and then the receptionist will help the guest to complete the registration. So the receptionist will probably say, okay, you take that room, so this is your registration card, the guest registration card. Please fill it by filling your identity, your check-in time, check-out time, and etc. And that you can see in this slide. So this is the example, and this kind of guest registration card is not the fixed one, so it depends on the hotel. It depends also on the tourism sector in that area. So and then after the guest fill the guest registration card, the receptionist will ask the method of payment, because the guest is not paid yet, and then asking something like, do you want to pay cash or credit, using credit card or something, and then they will have the guest to pay for the room and finish the payment, and then the receptionist will proceed to the next step, that is the step of giving the guest card or the key and explain the room number. So the receptionist will probably say, okay, the payment is finished, all of the registration card is done, and then this is your key or this is your guest card, and then they will say the room, maybe like your room number is 45 or 46 or something, and then the receptionist will ask the hotel staff to help the guest to bring their stuff to the room, and then before that the receptionist will ask for the 8th step, or the step of offering another help. So in this step they will probably say, is there anything else I could do for you? Is there anything else I can do for you? Is there anything else I can help you or something? And then if there is no another help that the guest want, the receptionist will greet and thanking the guest for coming. So the receptionist will say, thank you so much for coming to our hotel and have a nice rest or enjoy the hotel and something. Okay, that's all about the explanation of the expressions of walk-in guest check-in. So the use of these expressions you can see in this conversation. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to Purnama Homestay. So what can I do for you?
I want to stay here for this night.
Okay, ma'am. Do you have any reservation slip, or
Not
do you
yet.
have any reservation?
Not yet.
Okay. Here we have. Let me check the room available tonight.
Yes.
So, for this night we have single and double room. So which one do you take?
The single room one.
Okay, single room. And then how long will you stay here, ma'am?
Just one night.
Just one night. Okay. So for the single room, we have the facilities of inside bedroom, air conditioner, and then breakfast for tomorrow morning, and then full Wi-Fi connection 24 hours.
Okay.
Is that all? So you take the room or not?
Yes, I'll take it.
Okay. So the room price is 200,000. So this is the registration card, ma'am.
Yes.
So you can fill your name and identity there. So can you show me the ID card of yours?
Sure. Wait a minute. Okay, this is my ID card.
So please fill your registration card.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, this is your ID card.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so do you want to pay by using cash or credit card, ma'am?
I pay cash.
Okay, ma'am.
This is my money.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. So this is 200,000 rupiah.
Yeah.
So I will complete the payment first.
Okay.
Okay. This is your key number.
Thank you.
The number is 40.
Okay. 46.
Yes.
Okay.
So our staff will help you to go to the room and then bring your stuff also.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Is there anything else I could help you?
No thanks. That's
Okay.
all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Enjoy your stay. Welcome to Purnama Homestay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that is the conversation about walk-in guest check-in. So I will continue to the next subtopic. It's about check-in for the guests with reservation. So there are something different with the guests with reservation, but not much different with the walk-in guest reservation. So in the first step is always preparing yourself for the receptionist and greet the guest, welcoming the guest, saying good morning, good afternoon, good night, or something, and Om Swastiastu maybe for the Bali hotel, and welcome the guest to the hotel, and then asking for the reservation. And in this step, the guest should have the reservation slip because they already booked the hotel previously. And then the guest, as you can see in the 4 steps, after the guest give their reservation slip to the receptionist should read the guest reservation slip in front of the guest, right in front of them, to make sure that the reservation slip is correct. They usually read about the length of stay, time of room number, the facilities that they want, and another special request that they want. So the receptionist will probably read something like, okay, Mr. blah blah blah, you stay for 2 days and you want the room in you want the single room, and then your room number is number 45, and the facilities are this and this and this, and you want to take breakfast on 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So that is probably what they read in the reservation slip. And then the receptionist will proceed to the payment step. So they will ask the payment if there is no payment has been made, and if the payment is done, the receptionist will proceed to the process of giving the guest card or the key number or the key of the room and re-explain the room number. So the receptionist will say, okay, this is your key number, your payment is all done, we have already filled your registration number, so your room number is number 45 maybe, and this is the key. After they give the key to the guest, they will ask to the staff to help them to bring the guest stuff to the room, and then before that they also doing the same, like offering another help to the guest. And then if there is no need to help, no another help, the guest would probably follow the staff of the hotel, and the receptionist will say thank you so much and enjoy our hotel. So that's it. That is the last greeting and thanking to the guest. So that's all about the explanation of the expressions for both walk-in guest check-in and check-in with reservation. So for the check-in with reservation, I also have the conversation, and this is the conversation.
Excuse me.
Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to Purnama Homestay. So what can I do for you, ma'am?
I want to stay here for tonight.
Okay. Do you have any reservation?
Yes, I have.
Can I see it, ma'am?
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, this is the reservation.
Okay, let me check it first, ma'am.
Okay.
So Mrs. Juliana, right?
Yes.
You booked for 2 nights stay, single room with breakfast, and your number is 46.
Yeah.
Is that right, Mrs. Juliana?
Yes, you're right.
Okay. Let me check the registration first.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Mrs. Juliana. Your room is ready now, and the payment has been made previously for 200,000 rupiah. Is that right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. This is your key number. Room key number, I mean, sorry.
Yeah,
So our staff will help you to go to your room and bring your stuff. So thank you so much. Is there anything I could help you?
no, thanks.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Enjoy your rest. Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all about our video, my video, and Gean's video explanation about handling check-in. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that everything clear for you, and I'm sorry if there are many mistakes here, and thank you so much. I hope that you are stay safe at your home, and see you.